Thanks very much, Stuart. Stuart reminds us that in this part of the world, we're in an old part of Montreal, one of the oldest parts of North America, and actually there were people here well before this place was developed as it is. So when I talked to Stuart the other day, he mentioned the good mind and the bad mind, and I know Stuart's going to be sharing more with us over the next couple of days. And he also mentioned that what we see going wrong and the opportunity to do right, and so we'll I think talking a lot about that and hopefully focusing on right relationship and how we can get there. Thank you so much for being here today. It's been a pleasure organizing this symposium, and it's a real joy for it finally to be underway. Let me right away acknowledge the tremendous work that Grace Seibel has done to help plan the symposium. Grace, could you identify yourself? I'd like to thank and make sure you know who Alex Soma is. Alex? Well, Alex's work, and also our volunteers. Inga Jubel, PhD Freddy Gallen, Devin McDougall, please stay standing, Philip Osanam, Kendra Pierre-Louis, and Nicole Wilson. I'd also like to acknowledge and thank those involved in the planning of the symposium. First of all, on behalf of the Quaker Institute Board, I'd like to welcome you on their behalf as well. This is a symposium sponsored by the Quaker Institute of the Future. I'd like to, in particular, to thank the committee that helped plan the symposium: Keith Helmuth, Laura Holliday, Leonard Joy, and Shelley Tannenbaum. Keith and Leonard are here with us today. You'll be hearing from them later. Finally, the core team of the Moral Economy Project, Peter Brown, Robert Howell, Suzanne Moore, and Steve Seggi, who are all here and participating in the discussion. Thanks to all of those people. Finally, I'd like to thank the Centre de Ressources sur la Non-Violence. I'd like to give you a brief overview of our 2 days together. The QIF Board of Trustees wanted to hold this discussion realizing that the book, Right Relationship, Building a Whole Earth Economy, creates a point of departure for further reflection, for further discussion, and further action. It provides a framework, but it also raises many, many questions and opportunities for further development. It offers the opportunity for those involved in writing and supporting the book to test its ideas with others and to build alliances that will work towards building a whole earth economy. The people gathered here have a rich and diverse breadth of experience. It's just wonderful to look at you all and realize what a tremendous group we have gathered here today. We have more than a few Quakers here, many coming with ties to various Quaker organizations that are doing good work on the social and ecological impacts of our superheated economy. We also have experts with vast experience in international and government organizations, from academia, from civil society, with experience in the private sector as well. So I'm just really delighted that we have come together. And let me emphasize that the symposium is designed to encourage discussion and exchange as much as possible. We are all full and equal participants in our 2-day discussion, especially tomorrow when we'll be in workshops, and there'll be a lot of opportunity for us to exchange. And that includes participants who are joining us from remote locations through our web conferencing technology, from as far away as London, California, British Columbia, Brussels, Geneva, maybe even Oceania. I don't know. We got them hooked in. I hope we did. So the first day today is set up for us to hear presentations from people who have special experience or knowledge regarding the themes of the conference. First, Peter Brown will set the tone of the symposium by putting the book in a broader context and perspective. Then we'll return to a reality check. Lori Michaelis and John Gowdy will give their perspective on the current state of the human economy and its relation to Earth-like systems. At dinner, we'll get an additional reality check from Tom Lovejoy. The bulk of the day today will be panels on the themes of governance, policy, and social action. And the idea is to prime the pump, so to speak, to initiate discussions and discernment that will unfold more tomorrow in the workshops. We hope to have at least some time during each panel session today to have comments from you that are here physically in the room and also from our remote participants. But if you don't have time to make comments or ask questions directly, or if a thought occurs to you later, there are ways for you to share those views or queries, and I really do want to encourage you to take advantage of them. So we have Post-it pads. We'll make sure they're available on the two tables with the computers so that you have ready access to them. Those Post-its will be available for you to write down ideas that you have, and we'll have easels set up at some point today for you to put those on the easels. As well, we'll begin the day tomorrow with a session devoted to hear from remote participants, but this will be open to people in this room as well to sort of gather the thinking generally before we break out into workshops tomorrow. So the bulk of tomorrow following that opening session is for the workshops on those themes of governance, policy, and social action. We have sign-up sheets at the registration table, and I ask you to sign up for a workshop today and to stay with the workshop. Ask the workshop leaders, we collectively decided that the best way to do this is to try to draw out of the discussions in the workshops 5 or 10, no set number, statements or ideas that reflect the sense of the workshop participants. And then the afternoon plenary tomorrow will unfold in 3 steps. First, the workshop leaders will summarize the discussion from the workshops, offer those statements to the plenary. Then we'll ask everyone in here to place dots, color-coded dots, to either express agreement, disagreement, or uncertainty or caution about the statements, and that way we'll get a sense of our collective sense of things. And we'll reconvene and see if we can draw out from that exercise statements that reflect the sense of the entire community here today. So just a quick word about remote participation. We are really delighted to be including participants from far away using this web conferencing technology, and hopefully we will have very meaningful engagement of them. Making this kind of thing work is surely a form of witness to our desire for an economy with a lighter touch on the earth. Although it can also maybe be a test of our patience, so let's try to be patient with this technology and see the light in it, the God in it, if you have that perspective, and draw in our remote participants as much as possible. Today, the remote participants will be listening in and sending in comments and questions through a chat function on the conference site. Our volunteers will then pull these together and add them to the discussion. In addition, 2 of our presentations, possibly 3 today, will be made using the web conference technology, so we'll be watching the screen. Let me turn the program now over to the person who got the Moral Economy Project going, the person who gathered us together to pull together the book, Right Relationship, Building a Whole Earth Economy, somebody who's just become a wonderful colleague and friend to me over the last 3 years. And I would have much more to say about Peter. He's just a wonderful person and a terrific friend and an extremely thoughtful mind. And let's all listen to what he has to tell us.